Hello and welcome to My Safety Hub, your go-to source for all things health and safety. Me and Ukert have a news flash for you guys today. The Department of Employment and Labour have issued out a statement saying that they want to recruit new inspectors nationwide, increasing the total inspector count from 2,000 to 20,000. And we would like to go through that statement and then discuss that further. So let's have a look. As we can see here, the Minister announces Graduate Internship Program for Inspector and Enforcement. This was published on the 10th of February, which is very, very recent, and this says the following. The Department of Employment and Labour has introduced a massive enforcement internship program set to recruit a total of 20,000 inspectors and enforcement interns over the next 2 years. During her first 100 days in office, the Minister committed to strengthen the capacity of the inspection and enforcement by increasing the number of inspectors from 2,000 to 20,000 as one of the key priorities. The Minister has since delivered on her promise that she made during that period. The groundbreaking Graduate Internship Program will bring onboarding of 10,000 interns annually, recruited across all 9 provinces, thereby boosting the department's capacity to promote fair labour practices nationwide. An official advertisement for the first cohort has been published in the Department of Public Services and Administration, the DPSA Vacancy Circulator 5 of 2025, and all qualified candidates are encouraged to submit their applications in accordance with the advert before the closing date, which is the 21st of February. They say we are committed to strengthening workplace compliance and ensuring that every South African enjoys a fair, safe and healthy work environment, says the Minister. Expanding our incorporate will help us enforce labour laws more effectively, safeguard workers' rights and improve compliance across multiple sectors. Now, let's have a look at why this program matters. This expands compliance efforts. There has been an increase in instances of non-compliance with labour legislation, including underpayment of wages, inadequate health and safety measures. More inspectors will help identify and address these issues promptly. Your employment and skills development. Thousands of young graduates will benefit from practical on-the-job experience, so we are creating community experience there as well, which helps tackle youth unemployment and promotes economic upliftment in local communities. Then we have a nationwide impact. Greater visibility of inspectors will encourage compliance in the labour market, reduce infractions and enhance the quality of work environments across the country. The Department of Employment and Labour encourages all employees to embrace a spirit of collaboration and accountability. Employers uncertain about their compliance status are welcome to engage with the department's inspection and enforcement services. The Minister says strengthening our labour practices are vital for protecting workers' rights and ensuring that the protections provided by law are upheld on the ground. The department stands ready to support employers in meeting these obligations, ultimately benefiting workers, businesses and the nation as a whole. Okay, now that is a very interesting statement put out by the Department of Labour, and I'm very, very excited to see that they've started with this recruiting process, which means that that enforcement we spoke about in previous sessions is really coming to life now. There is strength in numbers and they are creating a sense of community around this, uplifting young inspectors, upskilling them, and then obviously assisting the employers out there with these amounts of people. So what are your thoughts on this?
Well, first of all, I think it's a great initiative from an employment point of view. South Africa's unemployment rate is sky high. So if we can get 20,000 young individuals skilled and employed, that helps. From an enforcement point of view, it's very similar to the police. If you increase the number of police members and visible policing increases, crime goes down. And it's the same thing here. If you increase the number of inspectors that would be visiting businesses, focused on labor-related issues, including health and safety. It's also, for me, a kind of visible policing, and that means that a lot more employers would be paying attention to the legislative requirements and what they need to abide by or adhere to. And if you then combine that with the legislation that we're waiting for to be promulgated, which we've discussed previously, including the fines that can be issued on the spot when an inspector visits a premises and finds that maybe there's no risk assessment in place, as an example, there would definitely be an increase in the number of fines to be issued because there's an additional number of inspectors. Again, it's going to ruffle a few feathers, but 2,000 inspectors as it is right now for almost 640,000 employers in the country is not enough. And that's just one of the contributing factors as to why the average compliance level in South Africa is between 40 and 50%. I think it's probably lower than 40%. So I think it's a great initiative. My hope is that all the learners and all the young skilled individuals would complete the internship and actually take up the permanent employment as an inspector. In terms of funding these individuals, definitely the new legislation would then, in my mind, be right around the corner with all these additional new penalties for non-compliance. I can see how it would actually spin around so that there's funds available due to non-compliance, where these fines are issued, that would make up the cost to company or the salary bill for the individuals themselves.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. It is very, very exciting times, and as you rightfully say, I think they are very proactive in gearing up for the new amendment bill that is set to launch, and I'm also of the opinion that we are going to see that being promulgated very, very soon. But thank you very much for your insights on this, Okkert, and until next time, stay safe, stay inspired, take care.
Cheers.